Here we go on Wednesday. So in my original teacher training was in Astanga yoga or Astanga Vinyasa or Vinyasa Astanga. People call it a lot of different things. Um, the sequencing of the standing poses, which is like triangle, reverse triangle, warrior two, all of them, was a side-to-side pivoting sequence, which we do from time to time, and which we're going to do tonight, this side-to-side pivoting sequence. When I first started teaching officially, I taught every class with this side-to-side pivoting in and out of the standing series. And then something happened which made me stop teaching in the pivoting sequence for a brief amount of time. So I was teaching at Runyon, and I used to teach the pivoting sequence there. And the ground's really bumpy and slanted and everything. So it was very imbalanced, I guess. But there was a specific incident that made me reconsider teaching in that manner, at least when we're not on a flat surface. So there was someone in the back corner of class. And so then when I turned everything around, I saw they were having like difficulty with the pose or something. And I went over to them, and they seemed kind of mad at me. And they said, this ground is so bumpy and now we're slanting downhill. And they were like very upset. And the first thing that came into my head was to kind of like make light of it. And I said, the earth's not flat. And they were so pissed off. They made some kind of like guttural sound that made me know that they were super unhappy with that response, which I thought was kind of funny, but they were not apparently in a funny mood. And then they never came to class ever again. So I decided to like maybe take a look at that sequencing, and I don't do it at the park anymore, but I used to do it at Black Market. Thank you, Vic, for the laugh. And I do it here from occasionally from time to time, and that's what we're going to do tonight. And as per normal, we will start in our seated position. We may do a couple little Kundalini warm-ups before we get into the Astanga Vinyasa. And thank you, Frank. Frank said I was funny. All right. So with the legs crossed, however you can do it nice and easy. Don't force anything. Let me go back a little further. So hands on the knees, spine straight, running to the crown of the head, to the ceiling even. We're going to draw big circles on the ceiling. So we come out and around. And breathing in the nose, drawing it in and pushing it out. And I'm looking at the list. Everybody has heard me say that, but I say it anyways. I speak in repetition a lot. So we're going to keep breathing in and out through the nose. Nice and simple. And then let's go the opposite direction, please. Good. Back to center. This is like similar to cat-cow, but in the seated position. We will revisit cat-cow briefly, so we'll be able to compare them. I move this one more near the lower ribs. In cat-cow, I think I'm moving more in the center of my back, but we look up and we arch the low ribs forward. And as we breathe out, we arch the back and look down in front of the seated position. And just moving in the head and the back. And yes, the shoulders are moving quite a bit in this version. So that is the added spot that maybe doesn't happen in traditional cat cow, which we'll do in a little bit, but a few more of these, just breathing. All right, back to center. We're going to put the right hand down with the fingers pointing out and away. We'll keep the arm straight. Left palm comes up and over. And we'll just breathe here, stretching through the side. Mine needs a lot of stretching on this side today. Excellent. Let's go to the other side. Right palm comes up and over. We keep the left arm straight. Good. Back to center. One more from two more from the Kundalini collection. The Kundalini collection. Hands on the shoulders, fingers, phalanges down the front, thumbs down the back, elbows pointing out and away. Breath in one side, breath out the other. The side you want to put the out breath is the side that maybe seems tighter to you, if there is such a thing. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. But that experience of putting the out breath on the tight side will give you like that, why we breathe out when we fold into a pose or move into a pose. It's just the body opens more on the out breath. Just a couple more of these, please. Let's take the right hand and grab the left knee, left hand right behind you. We're going to sit up really tall. I'm going to gently pull the shoulder back and look back. Excellent. And then all the way over, please, to the other side. And we're going to do cat cow right here. So this will be the last from the Kundalini collection. So hands down up there in the front, knees about 2 fists apart. You do want the hip right over the knee and the shoulder right over the ankle mostly. You see the knees are 2 fists apart. So we drop the belly down, looking up. That is the in-breath. Third eye looking. You could close the eyes and only look third eye. And then arching the back, looking at the legs. And moving over and over with the breath. Again, in breath is when the belly drops down, and out breath is when we arch the back. I'm going to go a little longer on this today. And back to center. Let's look over the right shoulder and see the tail. And then over the other shoulder, seeing the other tail. Good. Back to center for a moment. And then we are going to step straight on back to the top of push-up. Belly and legs tight. And then let's lower down. Up dog, third eye, tighten the legs. And down dog, up and back. Great. We'll bend the right leg, push the opposite heel towards down, stepping a little bit back and forth in place. And then walk or jump to the top of the mat, feet together, fingers low. We put the hands on the shins and we look up, flat back. We forward fold. Let's come back to the sky, reaching the arms out and up. We're going to come down through the heart center with the hands, breathing in on the way back up. Breathing out on the forward fold, fingers low again. We look up, we're stepping back, top of push-up, lower drop, up dog, legs tight, and down dog, pulling up and back. If you like, up on the toes on the in-breath, down with the heels on the out-breath. If you prefer, I'm going to stay still. Feet are 2 fists apart, middle fingers straight forward, looking at the knees, or if possible, looking at the navel. And of course, breathing. All right, step, hop, walk, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, we forward fold, all the way back up, reaching out and up, down again through the middle. Breath in, back up. Breath out, forward folding, fingers low again. We look up, stepping back, lower drop, up dog, and down dog. Good, let's stay here and remember that you can rest anytime you want. We're breathing in the nose, listening to the body. What is it telling us? All right, step, hop, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, forward fold, up again to the sky. We're doing one more today. Down through the heart center. Breath in, back up. Breath out, forward folding, fingers low. We look up, flatten the back, stepping, top of push-up, lower down, up dog, and down dog. And great, we're gonna breathe right here. All right, step, hop, walk, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, forward fold. Let's come on up. We're going to intertwine all but the pointing fingers. So we're going to point those fingers straight up to the ceiling. Get a little tall. So pull the core in and lengthen up taller, and then arch back if you like. Good. We'll return to center. Bring the arms down. Let's take the feet apart, distance of the hips or shoulders. And we're going to push the walls out and away. We're going to try to keep the movement in the hips and up rather than below. And we're going to turn and look to the right. And then we're going to turn and look to the left. And great, back to center. Let's return the feet back together, ankles a little bit apart. We'll let the knees fall together as we sit in Utkatasana, a fierce pose. Good. Up, over, forward folding, fingers low. We look up, flat back. And now again, we're stepping top of push-up, lower down, up dog, legs tight, down dog. Right side, warrior one, right foot stepping, left foot turns out. We're coming back up. Hands in prayer above the head, looking up, lengthening up. We'll take a couple breaths here today. Great. Hands back down, step back, lower down, up dog, and down dog. And left side stepping, right foot turns out. Up again, hands in prayer above the head, lengthening up, maybe looking up. Fantastic. Hands back down, stepping back, top of push-up, lower and drop, up dog, and down dog, and very nice. Right here we breathe. Good. Step or walk, top of the mat. We look up, forward fold, feet at knees, sitting in chair, standing, shoulders back, tight core. Let's do a couple more. Sit in chair. Nice. Up over, forward folding, fingers low. We look up, we step back, top of push up again, lower down, up dog, down dog, right side, warrior one, left foot turns out, back up, hands in prayer above the head, looking up, lengthening up, maybe arching back. Great, hands back down, step back, lower down, up dog, down dog, left foot stepping, please. Up again, hands in prayer, lengthening up, maybe arching back. Great, hands back down, step back, lower down, up dog, and down dog. Very nice, breathing here. All right, step hop, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, forward fold, feet and knees, sitting in chair, standing. Let's do one more, sit in chair. Up over again, forward folding. We look up, step back, top of push-up, lower and drop, up dog, down dog, right side, warrior one, left foot turns flat again in the back, hands in prayer above the head, looking up, lengthening up, maybe arching back. Great, hands down again. We step back, lower down, up dog, down dog, left side stepping please, right foot turns out, back up, hands in prayer above the head, looking up, lengthening up, maybe arching back. All right, hands down again, step back, lower down, up dog, and down dog. Great, we're gonna stay here. You're welcome to rest if you like, otherwise staying and breathing. All righty, hop or walk, top of the mat, toes together. We look up, forward fold, feet and knees together. Let's sit in chair. And we're gonna sit here indefinitely. Just breathing. It won't be that long. Good, let's stand. We will take the feet apart, distance of the hips or shoulders. We'll grab elbows or prayer as we do quite often. And we are gonna hang and let the back open and drop to the crown of your head. Engage the core, breathe in as you reach up to the sky. As you breathe out, we fold back down, peace fingers grabbing big toes, thumbs touching, elbows pulling out and away from the ears. Engage the core back up to the ceiling. And then on the out breath, back down, hands under feet from the front. It's okay to bend the legs. If they go straight, awesome. If not, awesome. We're going to breathe here. All right, let's stand, top of the mat. We're going to take a few breaths here and recalibrate. And as promised, some flat earth pivoting. We're going to step the left foot back about the distance of one of our legs. Right foot is straight out in the front. It's the base of triangle. Your legs make a triangle. We're going to reach the arms out. We're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to reach out and then right hand down, left arm up. The hand can be resting gently on the shin or palms facing out and away. We're going to breathe here. Let's come up. We're going to do the first pivot. So that foot in the front, we're going to turn that into 45 degrees. We're going to turn the foot in the back straight out and away. This is the left one. We're going to reach out over the left foot. And we got triangle on the other side. Right arm up, reaching and breathing. Good. Up again. Let's pivot. Left toes into 45, right toes out. We're going to shorten the stance. The pivoting does afford us a different approach to this next pose, which I like quite a bit. The right foot's in the front. We're going to reach the left arm way out forward, and we're going to stay there for a moment, lengthening through the side and the back. Get that distance, and then left hand either on the shin or back of the hand, all the choices for the twisting of the triangle. And we reach the right arm up, breathing, lengthening the spine. Good, and back up. We're going to pivot, right toes in, left toes out. We're going to reach the right arm out and get that length again. Before, let's stay right here. And then again, hand down. And the left arm up, twisting, back of the hand outside the leg if you like. Good, back up, we pivot again. Left toes to 45, right toes out. We're gonna re-lengthen the stance because we're gonna do warrior two. So we bend the right leg, reach the arms out over the legs, and we're gonna breathe here. And let's do extended side angle. We'll take the center of the right forearm, place it on the leg, and we'll reach the left arm up and over. Palm is facing the earth. You can look up along the elbow to the ceiling. You can also put the right hand on the ground and look slightly forward to the reaching hand. Either way, we will breathe. Good, back up, we pivot again. So you'll have to straighten that right leg, turn the toes, 45, left toes out to the back, bending the left leg so we can get warrior two. We look at the fingers in front of us and breathe here. And center now of the left forearm on the leg, right arm up and over. You could put the left hand down if you prefer. We breathe, we reach the long side. Good, back up. Pivoting again, left toes in, right toes out. Now, in Ashtanga, traditionally the back foot is flat, but we're going to do our twist. You're welcome to come to the ball of the foot. You're welcome to even put the knee down. Left arm swings all the way forward. Elbow outside of the leg, hands in prayer, pulling in, fingers to the face. We'll stay here, breathing. If your knee is down, you'll have to come back up so that we can pivot again. Warrior two to the back, so the left foot is pointing out the back. And again, back foot flat if you like, or ball of the foot, or even all the way to the knee. And we'll breathe here. Good, let's come all the way back up. And we're going to come into our horse and sun goddess pose. So whichever foot you want to step so that you can be, if you need to be facing the device, if you need to see. Most people are just doing the class, we hold the ceiling using the audio and just occasionally looking up to go, hey, what's he talking about? Good, let's stand. We're going to turn the feet to run straight forward. We're going to reach straight up and then straight down. And we're going to hang here for a while. So I want my back to open. I'm being a little selfish on this pose. And fingertips are on the toe line. If you want to put the palms down, fine. I wouldn't force anything, but allow gravity to help you out and really let your head, think of your head as like a pumpkin and your spine is a vine. And your pumpkin head is pulling your vine spine longer. Good, back up. Let's reach to the ends of the fingers. And the hands will come behind the back, intertwining. If your upper back is holding tension, please push the palms together. Otherwise, they can be apart. We look up for a moment and on an out breath, back down. You can lift the toes. You can go real light if you like with the arms. You don't have to force them up and over. I would keep the legs straight and the breath long. On an in-breath, come back up. We touch the ceiling. On an out-breath, back down. We're going to grab the shins, the ankles, or the big toes with the peace fingers. If you get the big toes and the peace fingers, elbows out and away, and we're going to stay here. And let's stay down low, both hands over to the right, left shoulder pushes through. And other side, please, right shoulder pushes through the legs. Very nice, back up, and let's stand And you can move the feet around a little bit if you like. All right, so a lot of the usual suspects here. We're going to stand on the left foot. We're going to do warrior number 3. 1, 2, 3. So lifting the right leg, hands to the heart or even out or however it works for you. A lot of different hand positions. The hands to heart relaxes me a little bit. And if you like, Ardha Chandrasana, left hand down, right arm up. And switching the hands, the hip does drop down a bit there. Very nice. Let's stand, step it out for a moment, and then we're going to switch to the other side. Standing on the right, we just lift that left leg up, hands to the heart if you like. And right hand down, left arm up. Switching hands if you care to. You don't have to. All right, let's stand again. Step it out. After all of that, I love doing tree. It's so much nice and easy, at least for me. Standing on the left foot, we grab the right ankle and get it locked right on up there. You could hold it the whole time. Hands to the heart. You could also put the leg in the front if you prefer. And some people do arms up. Again, I'm staying at the heart center. Breathing, the face is facing straight forward, but the eyeballs could look down a little bit if you want to catch something to focus your gaze on, your drishti, which will help you balance. Very nice. Let that down, step it out a little bit. And then standing on the right, we lift the left, left the lift, lift the left. Hands to the heart if you like. I'm going to stay here and breathe. All right, let that down, step it out. So right on right today, we're going to stand on the left foot. We're going to lift the right leg, and the right hand grabs the right knee. Left hand on the hip. Again and always, you're welcome to come down and grab the big toe with the peace fingers and extend that leg, or to stay here holding the knee. Keep your stance straight and tall and breathing in the nose, of course. We're going to open that leg out to the right as we look to the left. Very good. Back to center, leg out on its own, just for a little bit. Excellent. Let that down, step it out. We're doing it all on the standing on the right foot. We're lifting our left again, left on left. If you want to extend the leg, you can. And I'm sure you have already if you're intended to do that. And open that leg out to your left as you look to your right. Back to center, leg out on its own. Good. Let's squat. You can stay in the squat tonight, pushing the elbows against the legs with the hands in prayer. I am going to talk about headstand and do headstand myself because I haven't done it in a while. Squat transfers to, well, pigeon and tripod headstand pretty easily. And I'm going to do that transition from a side view in case anyone wanted to see it, and I'll talk a little bit through it. But you don't have to do it. You can stay in the squat. And so I'm going to transition quickly into crow. I almost called it pigeon, the bird pose, the other bird. And from there, the main thing about tripod headstand is the triangle, which your hands are the base of, and the top of the triangle is going to be the top of your head. So from crow, it's easy enough just to put the head down. And then it takes core strength from here. And this is a nice little short headstand anyways. But if you got the core strength, you can come straight up. And you can get out of it the way that you got into it and back into the squat. And we're going to take a few more breaths in the squat if anyone wanted to experiment with that before we get on to the getting on. All right, very nice. Let's come to hands and knees. Knees are 2 fists apart, approximately. Hips are still over the knees. We're going to turn the right hand in to face the left. We're going to feed the left arm all the way through, laying onto the shoulder and the side of the face. We're going to push the right hand against the mat, getting that length and twist in the side. You could also come around the back. For me, that doesn't do a lot for me, but it's cool for the shoulder. I like to push the hand down. It feels good on my back. Find out what works for you. Good, back up. Let's do the other side. Left hand turning in. We're going to kind of nail that in place. We're going to feed the right arm through, laying down, and we push the left hand on the mat. Or if you want to come around the back, you're welcome to. Good. Back up. Step the right foot top of the mat. Keep the left knee down. You can flip double mat underneath the knee if you're not uncomforting. And then we're going to reach the arms as straight up. And we'll take a couple of breaths right here. And straight down on the inside. So right hand is inside the right foot. Right knee pulls against the shoulder. You can walk the hands forward, trying to put the knees down, or the elbows down. Those are the leg knees. The elbows down. If you get close, that's fine. They don't have to go down. You can just go out further, or you can just keep it in tight, like I'm going to do right here, looking at the floor, breathing. Good, let's step that leg back and do the other side. So left up to the top, arms straight up. We'll let the hips hang down for a moment, a breath or two, maybe more. Woo, all right, down on the inside. Same stuff, so the body may not feel the same on this side, but see if you can get something similar. All right, from here, we're gonna step all the way back, top of push-up and get to pigeon. So top of push-up again, and lower down, up dog, legs tight, and down dog. We're gonna hold the right foot up. We're gonna bend the right leg, opening the hip, keeping the armpit down, and then please throw your shin top of the mat. The left leg can crawl back a little bit. You can look up, third eye, and then hands down if they're not down already. Forearms down or everything down, and we're gonna breathe right here. Long time. Very nice, hands down again. Let's step back, top of push-up. You could shake the leg that was bent if you like. We will again lower down, up dog, and down dog, and left leg holding up. You can bend that leg if you like, opening up the hip, but keeping the armpit down. And then throw that through top of the mat. Right leg can crawl back a little, looking up. And again, hands down, forearms down, breathing here. All right, let's step that leg back and shake it out again. And then top of push-up, we lower down one more time. Up dog and down dog. And let's sit down. This is turning out to be a super hybrid class because we're gonna straddle out the legs. This also comes from Kundalini. We're gonna breathe in, reach up the center, and as we breathe out, we'll try to touch the right toes, then back up, and then try to touch the left toes, and then keep on trying until Yoda says something about that. Good, touch the ceiling, bring the arms down. Baddha Konasana, bring the soles of the feet together. Cobbler, left hand on top, right hand on top of that. You have to adjust where the feet are so that you can get your back straight as if it's against the wall and feel the tension of straight line arms as we pull the shoulders back and away. You're welcome to butterfly the legs. We just sit up tall and breathe. And let's forward fold, placing the elbows against the legs, trying to fold your heart towards the big toes. Good, back up. Let's extend the legs out in front of us for a reverse plank. Turn the fingers so they face up towards your feet. Hands under the shoulders. We point the toes, lift the hips, look at the ceiling. Back down. We're going to bend the right leg, hug it in real close. Left toes are pointing straight up. Left arm grabs right leg. Right hand is 6 inches behind your tail, fingers pointing away. We look back at the wall, the shoulder pulls back. You can put the elbow outside if you like. All breathing all the time. All right, let's switch it. Right leg out, left foot in, kind of tight. Hug it in. Right arm grabs the leg, toes remain in the front, pointing to the ceiling. Left hand behind you. You pull back the left shoulder. The head gently goes with that pull back. You can put the arm outside if you like. We breathe here. And back around. We'll be on the tail. Both legs bent to start. We're going to bring the arms underneath the legs and roll back on the tail. You could stay right here, which I'm tempted to do today. You can let go so you can lock the shoulders back. You could straighten the legs, hands in prayer, third eye or toes, or even straight out, or legs bent with the arms straight out. That's a little easier. It's 1 of 5. We're breathing. Roll across the legs, grab the shin, sit up really tall. And up again, number 2. Cross the legs, sit up tall. And number 3. Cross the legs, sit up tall. Number 4, please. And cross the legs, sit up tall. And last one, here we are. Good, we're gonna roll back with the legs just right next to each other, not crossed, just next to each other. We're gonna grab the shins and pull them down and bring the nose up towards the knees. If you can get the forearms, you can pull down a little harder and the hips come a little bit off the ground, stretching the lower back. Good. Let's put the head and shoulders and feet down, keeping the legs bent. The knees and feet are 2 fists apart. We're doing bridge. Those of you that want to do Urdhva Dhanurasana, that's great. We're going to lift the hips, tuck the shoulders, intertwine the fingers, and push the arms down. But stay here breathing. Great, back down. We're going upside down. Today's a great day to put your feet up the wall and bring your arms out like a T if you want. I'm going to demo plow and shoulder stand. So we'll do plow for about 5 breaths and then shoulder stand for about twice that long. So for plow, and we're kicking the feet up and over the head, legs straight, toes falling towards the earth. They might not get there. You can have the hands on the back or intertwine fingers with the arms pushing against the mat. We breathe here. Great. If your hands are not on the back, put them there now and lift the feet straight up into the ceiling for shoulder stand, and we'll breathe right here. Stay in the pose, heavy shoulders, heavy elbows, light head. Great. Bend the legs, bring the knees down towards the ears, and then roll into dead bug with knees in armpits, soles of the feet facing the ceiling all the way up. Good. Hug the knees in again for a moment. And then we're going to lay down flat. If you have a belt or a strap or a towel or a really long sock, it's kind of helpful. Otherwise, you could just hold the back of your calf. But once laying down, if you have something to strap that right foot, it's right holding right. So there, or if you're just using the hand behind the calf here. Or if you can keep the shoulder down and grab the big toe with your peace finger, great. And we'll take a couple more breaths here because I was talking a lot. Good. So we'll keep a hold of the right leg however we chose to do that. And you could even bend it and bring that right leg out. Or if you got the stuff going on, you can keep the leg straight and the stuff going on, I mean the strap of the belt. And we look to the left reaching hand. Good. Back up. We're going to switch hands on the leg or the belt and let the leg fall over. The hip now comes up as we look to the right. Good. Back up, both hands up towards the heel, nose towards the knee. Do the best you can to hold that left leg down. Really lock it on the ground. Great. Let's switch left on left with the belt or holding behind the calf, left leg up, and we breathe here. And let that left leg fall out to the left as we look to the right, trying to keep the right hip down. Good, back up. We're going to change the hands on the leg. And now the left leg, the hip comes up, the left leg goes over to the right as we look to the left. And back up to center. Both hands up towards the heel. Do your best to hold the right leg down. Excellent. One more. Bring the knees up into the chest. Bring the arms out like a T. We're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, let the knees fall to the right. As you look to the left, right hand can hold the legs down. And back up to center and over to the other side. Left hand can hold the knees down, right arm reaches away. We look to the right hand. Good, back to center. Hug the knees into your chest. Thank yourself for coming out. And then let's lay down. If your back is ever, the lower back's bothering you, you can keep the feet flat just like this. Otherwise, the tradition is feet out, a bit apart, hands a little away from the body, palms up or down, or one of each is fine. Allow, allow, allow. Allow the breath to return to normal. Allow the shoulders to sink down into the floor. Allow the toes to fall out to the sides. All right, let's move the fingers a little bit and the toes if you like. Most people say wiggle. I try not to use that word. I don't know why. You can rotate at the wrists and the ankles. Reach the hands as long as you can with the backs of the hands on the ground, long fingers to long toes. So we're stretching the whole body, fingers to toes, and we're going to pull the core down against the lower back and digestive system, locking it down against the mat, holding it there as we stretch. And then bring the knees, please, into the chest. And we're going to roll ourselves up to a seated position. Once sitting, no rush, and you could even skip the sitting, you could stay laying down. One sitting for those of us that are going along. We're gonna bring the hands to the heart center and rub them together. And great, let's reach the arms all the way up to the sky. We're gonna take a breath in through the nose as much as we can get. We're gonna breathe in more and more if you can fit it. We're gonna hold tight core, tight legs, tight floor, hold the breath. And then allow everything to leave through your mouth. Ah. You're living your dream, don't miss it. Namaste. Woohoo! All right. Let me check my hair. Thank you for coming out. It's danieloverberger.com. You can find links to my PayPal and Venmo there. The last 4 digits of the phone number for woohoo! Thank you, Terry. Is 5118 for Venmo. Sometimes ask that. And we do this every Monday and Wednesday at 7 in the LA time zone. And I'm going to stop the recording and say hello.